我的对，我的对。
我不知道你有没有听到他们讲？
没有，没听到他们讲话。还有老外啊，嗯。我现在已经上了视讯了哈，我有看到你啊。哎哎，好好的，
半小时就先请那个廖教授，好不好？
好，没错，我现在可以开了看吗？
我现在看得到你。
对，我现在可以听你们在
对对对，
听你们在开会吗
对对对，你欢迎你在这里。好，
？OK，好好
好，谢谢你，谢谢你上来。
你忙，等下
好
你再
等一
什么时候你
下我会介绍你。
再跟我讲。
我等一下他结束之后，我介绍您，然后你再接着开始，好不
OK，
好？
好，没问题。
好，OK，
好，谢谢，
好，谢谢，
拜拜，
好，拜拜。
没问题了。我们听不到他的声音了。
Good evening, everyone.
你来帮我弄一下。
Sorry to interrupt your dinner. I hope you all enjoyed tonight's
他们都在
dinner.
试了，
You can continue that.
我发
We
现离开
will
一下，
start our
让他们声
program
音。
at 7 p.m., which is now. First of all, I think we all have learned a lot today during our meetings for this Saturday. And you probably thought that you could just sit back and relax and for the rest of the night. But there's always more to learn, as we say at FAPA headquarters.
你
FAPA
你
never
刚刚开哪
sleeps,
里？
right? So we want to learn more about everything. We are honored to our speaker, keynote speaker tonight. The next, we have Dr. Ping-Hui Liao. We are very honored to have Dr. Liao join us tonight, even though he is a local friend here. So Dr. Liao is a professor of literary and critical studies at the University of California, San Diego. He has a very distinguished career. It's Dr. I didn't see. I saw you want to see Dave there. Okay. Yeah, and he served as a visiting. He received his PhD degree in comparative literature in 1987. He served as a visitor scholar or professor at such prestigious institutes like Princeton University, Harvard, and Columbia. But the reason why we are so interested in hearing from him tonight and why we invited him is because he is a pioneer in promoting Taiwan in the United States and around the world. Because Dr. Liao is the founding director of the Center for Taiwan Studies at UC San Diego. Dr. Liao will hopefully inspire us at FAPA to help facilitate the establishment of other Taiwan Study Center at other universities around the United States. Let's have a warm hand for Dr. Liao to welcome him here to give us a keynote speech tonight.
Thank you, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Well, I have some PowerPoint to share with you. Can everybody hear me okay? Maybe I can get rid of the mic. Okay, so I need the mic. So just, I'd like to thank my team, Jason, one of my RA actually, new hire actually here. He actually prepared us this very wonderful PowerPoint. I added only a few slides. Over the last 18 months or so,
准
we
备讲
have
些什么？
been doing
让那个人开会。
meeting with
see.
librarians, that's
这个
council library staff,
我跟你讲
and
啊，今天
also Irvine office,
到
because of lots of the Taiwanese American archives actually launched about 30 years ago by the late Bob Chen, Zheng Baodi. He passed away 2 years ago in September.
简
And
单说，
I had to confess that I'm only a professor of literature. I know very little about website construction
要
and how to preserve all kinds of archives. These two projects I'm going to report to you tonight actually only happy coincidence.
包括业界去跟他填。
Center for Taiwan Studies, that's started only this year. But
所以呢，
Taiwanese
为什么说
American History or Archive Project actually launched by Zheng Baodi, who passed away, as I said, 2 years ago. His family originally thought
承认
Professor
责任
Charles Du, Jacob School in engineering's distinguished professor,
他
should
高
be
用
the person to carry on that project. But unfortunately, Professor Du retired.
这样
So
这一招，
that's why I got a job. And I
啊，
knew very, very little, but fortunately, we tried to work out with the team. Several staff from Irvine, because they worked with Bob earlier,
你
we have to make sure that nothing is lost.
这个
When
东
we
西
try to reformat everything, we want to make sure that we keep everything intact.
然后
Our
业界
purpose is to make those archives available online using
没有回
National
应，
Library digital resources. So it will be for academic purposes.
工作
Lots of research.
来表明是
This is a problem I'm going to report to you that just some kind of highlight. We have lots of volunteers over the years to do all kinds of Taiwanese American projects because we want to save money. We want to say we should save money for the future. That's why they only use all kinds of volunteers, part-time staff. And over the years, people just come and go. No consistent format, no cataloging. So this is how it's very, very messy when I get the chance to, in all kinds of ways, asking lots of advisors to say, what can we do about this project, the Taiwanese American Archives? But lots of people say, you need to restart, key in everything. Otherwise, format won't be consistent because originally I asked a CEO of a software company, mostly dealing with coding, thinking that probably I can hire some of his staff to help recoding all the stuff. And then within just 3 months or so, everything will be reformatted consistently and also searchable. But no, the president of that company, one of our alumni at UCSD actually say, after looking over all the archives, no way they can help. That's why we spent 18 months every week trying to get our library staff and the Irvine office technicians and everybody going over all kinds of problems because lots of the pictures archives actually in Dropbox still, not yet in that kinds of format, could be downloaded and then transferred in that kinds of metadata form. So this is the way that I like to tell you a little bit about this is totally by chance that I now in charge of these two projects. So without further ado, let's very, very quickly going over these files, the PowerPoint. This is prepared by Brendan and Jason, but as I said, we owe a lot to lots of former staff in Irvine office, Bob Zhen's older friends, mostly volunteers. So every week we ask them why we are having all these kinds of archives. How can we do to preserve them without destroying them, deleting them, or deforming anything? So this is how I like to begin by thanking our team. Lots of them actually work for free, including myself. This is just very, very generous team trying to work out something that we can preserve. And after 18 months or so, I'm very happy to tell you that UCSD already using photo albums as a way to start this digital project. So this is now researchable. And it's searchable and also will last forever. And we are now having lots of graduate students already from other universities, from Taiwan, from US, saying that they want to use those archives for their PhD dissertation. That would be their future book projects. So this is very, very valuable thing that I think this is the very, very wonderful, rare occasion that I'd like to share this information with you. So Center for Taiwan Studies, this will be my first topic. And then I will go on to Taiwanese American History Project, the archival project. So please check this out. If you just key in after HTTPS, just key in taiwan.ucsd.edu. That immediately will lead you to our center. The first page, immediately you can see the Taiwanese American archives. Everything already being reformatted and already reorganized, and they are there available for free. So if you are interested in that and you want to see more, lots of these links. And we also have the library already making the photo albums available. So these are the links that you can actually access for free. And if you have some comments, questions, we have this email, taarchivescenter@gmail.com. So this is the first page. If you key in taiwan.ucsd.edu, immediately you will see this. Not only 101, we also have Lantern Festival and all kinds of pictures from Taiwan. Very, very colorful. Thanks to our team. Very, very wonderful in the way that they produce very wonderful pictures to catch people's attention. So this is certain kinds of background that I'd like to share with you. Late in the evening, in late September in 2021, I got a phone call from Dr. Chen Qiu-san. Normally, I wouldn't accept any kinds of phone call in the daytime, but in the late evening, I know probably my professor or some friends from Taiwan actually tried to reach me. So I picked up the phone, and a person feeling very, very guilty because 2021, actually, he made a lot of money. Stock market sky high. So he said he feel a little bit kinds of guilty, making so much easy money. He want to give some money away to help me, because originally he already set up certain kinds of scholarship program at Jacob School for computer science majors. And he said, engineering school, so rich, they don't need any kinds of money from me. But arts and humanities, Professor Liao, probably you want to get some money from me. Since I I have make a lot of easy money. Probably this is a good year that I like to donate. So he promised me 5 million and said, what would be on your first priority? And immediately I told him that this is the way that we can probably fulfill Professor Susan Shirk's dream. Susan Shirk worked for the Clinton administration as vice chair for East Asian affairs, and then joined us at UCSD. Around 15 years ago, she tried to get some visiting professors from Taiwan as some kind on regular basis. So she applied to Taiwan for these kinds of position. But unfortunately, there is certain kinds of very stupid policy in Taiwan. One institution, only one project. Since I got a project from MOE, they say no more project for UCSD. That's why Susan's project terminated. No longer able to invite friends, professors from Taiwan to give courses at GPS, Global Policy and Strategy. So this is how I told Cho-san that probably if we have some huge money, probably we like to set up some more regular kinds of exchange program with Taiwan on regular basis. And this is how we have this collaboration and exchange program started, because he donated 2 million at the end of 2021. But UCSD very, very slow in redeeming those stocks. When in February, stock just collapsed. So instead of having 2.2 million, UCSD only got 1.8. And this is a very, very kinds of unfortunate situation. But this is the way that we talk about how we try to get this going. And this is our objective, the idea that we want to introduce not only to our students, history, culture, and everything about Taiwan, and designing some new courses and having all kinds of documentary film festival on Taiwan or Taiwanese American, and also very much in terms of all kinds of public events. And also, we are now already launching our book series on Taiwan with Cambridge University Press. This will be a way to make Taiwan studies globally visible. So this is something that I try to talk about, how the center actually is very, very crucial, because after Ukraine, right now we have these kinds of momentum all over the world. If US fail to protect Taiwan, that would be shameful, not only for American Biden administration, but America would be completely kicked out from Asia. Japan would be kowtowed into China. South Korea already did that. If Taiwan cannot be defended, that would be loss of the so-called global democracy, global West. So this is how I think this is very, very crucial. And short-term goals, we try to engage the local community as well. And this is unfortunate because we just started all kinds of book talks, probably a little bit too scholarly. And this is not a good year, 21, 22. Lots of our senior friends, our community leaders feel very, very unsafe to attend indoor activities. And they are not terribly interested in attending webinar either. Zooming, and this is also very bad for our students. After 1 year Zooming, students got just fed up, but right now we are now going on to the 3rd year. Zooming, everybody just stressed out. Originally, they didn't already want to read any book at all for college students. they are only mostly into profit-making skills. Degrees, not really learning anything, not reading books. And now if we have book talks using Zoom, no college students actually would like to join us. And also, this is also applicable to our community friends because they feel a little bit kind of cut off by Zooming. And we have sometimes in-person meeting in our faculty club. They feel probably because of the lockdown policy, lots of people feel very, very unsafe. So this is our short-term goals. We try to provide scholarship. We try to integrate all kinds of resources together to support Taiwan Center. So if you log on to our center website, you will see all the events, conferences, and also hyperlinks with other institutions, including FAPA. So this is a way reaching out to lots of our major research resources, very much like National Taiwan and Taiwan Studies Association of Republic of China, and also National Central Library, 中央图书馆. They have huge collections, especially in Yonghe branch, Zhonghe branch. They have rare books on Taiwan. Only one copy in the world. So this is how we try to reach out in doing all kinds of collaboration. So this is something that we hope that we are expanding cultural understanding of Taiwanese and Taiwanese Americans using the revenue in our center, hosting all kinds of events, academic, culture, or public events, so that we can bring in, right now we are setting up artists in residence already in UCSD. The first one, actually, the Formosa Intergenerational Family Chamber Music Group. I will show you some pictures. They actually perform at UCSD. And we are now setting up artists in residence programs at National Taiwan, Taida, and also National Zhongxin. They will be hosting 3 artists every year. And our goal is to invite them over to perform or read their novels at UCSD. So this is something that we want to include as our task, and also try to continue our archival projects. How are we doing in terms of time? And also, very much in terms of institutional collaboration, we now have lots of collaboration with leading universities, major research universities in Taiwan. And we are now trying to broadening the horizon, a little bit too small characters. But this is the way I hope that later on I can demonstrate to you that we shouldn't put Taiwan studies under Chinese studies. Lots of other universities try to do that, always putting Taiwan under China. But my goal is to suggest that we are doing Taiwan studies at UCSD, science studies, medical, and all kinds of policy in terms of supply chain. Taiji TSMC, not only dealing with all kinds of chip war in the world, but also having to do with national security and the survival of the West. If Taiji got conquered by or integrated by Chinese government, the whole world, because lots of missiles, lots of high-end weapons, the chips are made by TSMC. So this is very, very crucial. Supply chain, science project, and global security. And in terms of transnational migration, we have Austronesian people in Taiwan. Taiwan actually, the very, very important hub of migration of the Aborigines all over the world, except Australian people. If you go to New Zealand, you go to Philippines, you will see them, the native language, speaking the same language as Taiwanese Aboriginal peoples. So this is very, very important. Chinese studies, very, very restricted because they don't deal with democracy. They don't deal with all kinds of filmmakers like He Xiaoxian or Edward Yang, Yang Dechang. Under Chinese studies, Taiwan studies will be just die, got wiped out. So this is how I try to define how we need to come up with these kinds of new horizon in talking about how you redefine Taiwan studies and how to be more inclusive of Taiwan, especially in relation to East Asian colonialism and modernity. Taiwan actually very much like Singapore in terms of transparency. When lots of people got locked down, we have QR code. We have all kinds of ways to trace people's contact, not by force. It's by the way generating consensus. So this is very, very democratic, but Chinese government completely autocratic and arbitrary, and right now terrible because when they open up, according to Dr. Fauci, probably 1 million people, Chinese people, especially the elderly, would die because this is completely undemocratic and arbitrary. But Taiwan actually a model. If we take 2021 as certain kinds of year to look at how policy actually affects people's lives and how Chinese are actually, lots of my students will go to Beijing and Shanghai to learn Chinese because Chinese program constantly say you need to learn the authentic Chinese, the Mandarin Chinese. But when they move over, lockdown, completely no way you can actually learn the language. That's why Harvard, USC, Stanford now move their students to Taiwan. So this is very, very important that we have this very, very important momentum and how to be more inclusive, how to be able to incorporate other disciplines in the study of Taiwan, especially history, politics, economics, not only in these kinds of area study, that kind of model, but in the way that we talk about management of supply chain and how democracy and lots of other ways, everyday life in Taiwan actually could be very, very crucial model for the whole world, especially for America, because no other country is so internally divided. If you go to Taiwan, you see the news. Zhongtian, for instance, that's pro-China. And then you have lots of people listening to all these kinds of news, fake news. No country is so divided. Right now, US just learned these kinds of mistakes. Our recent election actually showed the result. People are starting to waking up, saying that democracy is in retreat. This is very, very critical. Taiwan actually deal with these kinds of experience because infiltration of Chinese, that's very many long years that Chinese try to penetrate Taiwan to overthrow the KMT and now DPP government. So lots of ways, if we learn something from Taiwan, I think the whole world will be better off because right now, China is the major target for America, but also for EU. Germany just wake up recently saying that if you depend so much on China, that will be the end of democracy and the future of our children. So this is very, very important. How I suggest that we have these kinds of way. I'm running out of time, so I have to be very, very fast. Sorry about that. So we have the structure. We have the advisory board and the steering committee from different disciplines. Social sciences, that's GPS. We have Victor Shi, who is a China watcher, very, very important in terms of who will be the next successor to Xi Jinping. So, and also we have a mathematician and computer science professor, and also led by Qian Xu. I'm sure lots of you know this is a very, very important bioengineering pioneer at UCSD. And Professor Zhuang Mingzhe, our condolence to him because his wife just passed. And fortunately, Professor Zhuang still having very strong will to anthropology. This is very, very important kinds of the first American scholar to study in Taiwan, David Jordan, as one of our advisors, so that we will know how to deal with all kinds of ways to help make our Taiwan Center actually more inclusive and able to do all kinds of projects. And we are now reaching out to the consortium, lots of very, very important, especially European Association of Taiwan Studies, and our graduate students in North America. Every year they have Taiwan Studies, and next year will be in Irvine, UC Irvine. So we have all kinds of link with them, try to deal with all kinds of ways that lots of our money can help them, and lots of ideas can be, we have this kinds of way to brainstorm all kinds of ideas. So we have held some book talks. 1970 Taiwan, this is starting of the Formosa incidents and lots of demonstration. This is the beginning of Taiwanese democracy. And Mazu, the second book is about the offshore island Mazu. Lots of us need to go through these kinds of 2 to 3 years of military training. So Mazu is now welcoming Chinese tourists as a way to survive. No more war with China, but doing business with China in terms of tourism. So the book shows how these kinds of shift actually, that would be very, very disturbing, but also very, very confusing. And we also have some talks about locating Taiwan cinema in 21st century, and also going back to the Aboriginal first encounter with American sailors, puppet flowers. The book just came out from Columbia. So we have the book talks. And also, very importantly, the founder, one of the major founder of FAPA, banker, Wu Lipei, actually we have a book talk. This is in-person book talk at our faculty club. His son joined us. So you see the picture here, Wu Lipei, first banker of Taiwanese descent, winning this kind of top 10 position in the whole world in terms of finance, capital, economics, and lots of Forbes and all kinds of magazines name him as the best banker, making General Bank a bank for immigrants. You don't ask questions about your credit history. If you go to Bank of America, if you go to other kinds of banks, they give you a tough time because you don't have any credit history. But Wu Lipei said, no, I would just give you whatever you like, okay? So General Bank, Tongyong Yinhang, most successful. And this is how he talked about his own success, and also some very, very all kinds of struggles in terms of his confrontation with racism in America, and also in terms of his return trip back to Taiwan to serve as senior advisor to two presidents, Chen Shui-bian and Tsai Ing-wen. But unfortunately, Chen Shui-bian and Tsai Ing-wen never knocked on his door to seek his advice. So this is very, very sad, but very, very important book. We have the performance of the artists in residence, 15 musicians, the Formosa Family Chamber Music Group performing. And this is Jin, Li Pei's son, one of our alumni at UCSD, returning to UCSD to talk about the book. So he tried to help his father actually getting his Chinese book into English translation. And this is the way we hope that we can learn from him. So this is something that we also try to do in all kinds of ways to help Taiwan cinema, because movies are the universal language, easier for everybody. Every year when we have in early November, Taiwan Film Showcase at UCSD, normally we have about 200 people in the audience. But because of COVID, right now, not terribly predictable, but for Edward Young's movie, Confusion, and for Arvin Chen's new movie, we actually have about 150 to 200 people. And this is the artistic director of San Diego Film Festival interviewing with Arvin Chen. Arvin Chen got his degree in architecture from UC Berkeley, but he, after working as intern with Edward Young for 3 months, he decided to be a film director. His father and his mother was in the audience, and they say they are not terribly pleased, not amused by this decision, switching from architecture to movies. But they feel very, very proud of him still. So we have the long line entering into the theater. And we are going to have some future events. The major thing will be early May because of having this Asian American Heritage Week. We will have the grand opening. We have commission piece, percussion, very, very postmodern new music, using Taiwanese Aboriginal kinds of melody to produce percussion as our grand opening ceremony. That will be early May. And then I think we are now very ready for January 18th book talk. This is a very, very important book on East Asia because lots of talks on Western colonialism, but never really talking about Asian, why Singapore, Taiwan, South Korea actually even much better off than the former colonizers. And the first war in the whole world history, West lost to the East, happened in Taiwan because Koxinga defeated the Dutch. This is the first thing in the whole world. And this is why Taiwan actually is very, very important. So this is the way that we try to get people's attention to what's going on. And we have book talks on this East Asian colonial, post-colonial situation. That's coming up in January 18th. So we have citing, I have one book chapter here in citing post-coloniality. Time, right? Time. So this is something that we're going to do with film as well. The 32 new takes from Japanese period all the way to 2021, and becoming Taiwanese. So this is the way that I hope since I'm running out of time, I don't think we have time for this. In my book chapter on 2 films from Taiwan, they came out in the year 2017, both having to do with Buddhist, new Buddhism in Taiwan as a way to talk about inequality and all kinds of problems, because Buddhism very much in relation to all kinds of mindfulness. And this is very, very wonderful, but also selfish in all kinds of ways. So the 2 movies try to attack Tsai Ing-wen in terms of how the year Tsai Ing-wen came to power, lots of these kinds of problems about gangsters, corruptions, and so on and so forth. How ordinary people, little guys like us, how can they survive? So this is the way I try to suggest that this film actually deals with not only post-colonial and what's going on in Taiwan, but it has to do with religion, democracy, and lots of ways about the future of the whole world. So this is the way I use the two films, 血观音 and 大佛普拉斯 to suggest why so many subjects in terms of religion so important. If you are treating like certain kinds of using religion as a way to get things done rather than being very, very spiritual and equal, that would create all kinds of problems. In the paper, actually, I suggest Qualcomm and Apple and Foxconn especially, lots of their managers practice New Buddhism. That's the way they feel reborn every day. This is the way to get rid of your depression and cancer. And this is the way to get you be more able to compete. So we are using New Buddhism to colonize the future, because this is the way you produce privilege and energy, able to compete, so you can defeat others, and including other enemies in the future. So this is the way I try to suggest. Lots of these kinds of subjects are emerging, and the two films very wonderfully deal with all these kinds of topics. So this is the way that I have, because this is not, I'm not saying this is speculative. I have lots of quotations from younger people saying they have all kinds of ways to find out who will be their Buddha. They will be wearing their necklace, all kinds of bracelets, to get the feng shui, the qi, energy, so that they will be more successful than others. And this is the way the two films try to suggest that probably will be a problem for little guys with no resources. So richer getting richer, poor getting poor. And this is how I think the way that I try to suggest. And when I show this slide, lots of people say, what's that? Is that cabbage? No, this is Miao Chan's disciples bowing down to the master. Thousands of them. They are wearing the purple robe. That's, you have to buy Lamborghini or all kinds of very, very expensive stuff as gift so that you can join these kinds of congregation. So this is the one on top. The yellow one, that's Miao Tian's congregation. So you can see, and this is how I suggest that book talks and film studies probably open up all kinds of new situations. Unfortunately, I don't have enough time to go over all this. I think I'm running out of time already, too much time already. So if you like, just try to access this website. We are now making all these photo albums available, lots of wonderful stories, who we are, our stories, our journeys, and so on and so forth. So this is very, very important. Just log on to the website, and I think I will show you a little bit of the website. Lots of our photo albums, very, very historical, memorable. That was the first meeting, and Taiwanese Americans protesting in the UN. So lots of these kinds of interesting, and we welcome your feedbacks and your comments. Sorry, I'm running out of time, probably going over the board. Sorry about that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Liao. This is a very informative talk. We really appreciate your being here with us. So we have this prepared for you. No. 谢谢你，对不起。来，OK, thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay, this is right. Let's give another hand to Professor Liao. Okay. um, so the next speaker, we are very fortunate, and it's my honor that I introduce Mr. Robert Tsao, Tsao Xinchen tonight. Mr. Tsao has been prominent in the news recently with his pledge donation of 3 billion of new Taiwan dollars in Taiwan to booster Taiwan's defense. Among his plan were 1 billion NT dollars to set up local militia units or Black Bear Warriors. It's called 黑熊学院, it's Kuma Academy. And try to train like 300,000 sharpshooters for civilian militia. When asked by 60 Minutes, the news show why he spent so much money to help protect Taiwan in face of the ever stronger Chinese threat, we were all touched by when we heard him saying, you cannot put a dollar amount on freedom. We are very excited to hear from Mr. Tsao tonight and thank him to join us virtually from Taiwan. Let's hear it from Mr. Tsao Xinchen, Robert Tsao. Let's give him a big welcome. 曹先生，谢谢您。
现在有看到吗？
Yes, yes， 我可以看得到。欢迎您。我们现在都看得到。您请开始，谢谢。
那我是用中文讲，对不对
？Yes, yes， 您可以用您华语或是台湾话或是英文都可以。Anything is fine. Yeah.
好的，好的。
谢谢。
Hello, everyone. I'm Robert Tsao. 我就用中文讲好了啊。那么，我跟各位一样啊，在这个过去10年呢，也是移民到新加坡去。不过呢，我在这个今年呢，决定放弃新加坡国籍，回到台湾啊。那么，因为我觉得台湾现在在一个很关键的时刻啊，那么需要我回来呢，做一些事情。那么台湾呢，我们大家晓得，在1996年呢，我们能够直选总统以后，台湾就变成一个真正的民国。那么以前呢，这个中国几千年来啊，都是家国啊，比方说你这个汉朝是刘家的，明朝是朱家的等等。那后来呢，这个辛亥革命以后啊，虽然说树立了中华民国，可是事实上呢，它还是一个党国啊。那么大家知道，现在这个大陆是共产党，党在国上面嘛啊。那么以前这个国民党在台湾呢，在两蒋时期啊，也是党在国上面啊，是个党国，不是个民国。那么等到我们1996年呢，台湾人可以直选总统以后，我们才真正变成了民国哦，就是民在国之上啊。国家的领导人是我们可以投票决定的，我们可以不高兴，我们可以把它换掉啊。所以这是进入了一个民国。这个进入民国以后呢，我们台湾人呢就变成了公民啊。以前呢，这个你在这种家国党国的时候呢，你最多只能做顺民。顺民就是说顺从这个党的领导啊。那么你如果不顺从党的领导，你就可能变成贱民啊。那么他用种种的手段啊来这个欺压你啊。所以这个我们在因为我过去虽然是新加坡国籍啊，可是我是大部分时间住在台湾，也住香港啊。那么在2019年呢，那么在香港的 反送中，我正好就亲眼看到，那么中共呢如何背弃他50年不变的承诺啊，然后呢不断的剥夺香港人的自由，那么借着送中，他们要进一步剥夺香港人的司法独立啊，所以香港人在面临这样的压力之下呢，就不得不起来抗议。这个抗议呢，就是其实都很和平的啊，可是呢，中共是完全不能接受啊，他把这个和平的抗议啊说成是暴动，最后呢，抗议不能停止的时候呢，在7月21号，这个警察发动流氓冲进元朗的地铁站，拿棍棒对无辜的百姓滥加这个殴打暴力啊，所以你在电视上看到这样的情形呢，你就看到说，香港啊，从顺民啊变成贱民，就像动物一样被这个任意殴打啊。所以看到这种情况呢，我就觉得说不行了，我这个不能容忍中共这种行为，所以我决定呢要回到台湾，我要号召大家呢一定要团结起来反共啊。那么要反共才能够保护台湾。可是现在在台湾呢，很多人这个对于怎么样保护台湾呢，这个意识不够强烈啊。那么这个他的这个观念不够清楚啊。比方说有一个很重要的观念就是说，主权跟独立是不能分割的啊，因为有主权就代表你是独立的，也因为你有独立，你才有主权啊。所以今天台湾这个能够直选总统，选完总统之后，我们总统就就任了，不需要去向任何人去报告核准啊报备，这个就代表你是有主权的，也是你是独立的啊。那么很多人不太了解这个道理啊，所以很多人在台湾人说啊，我们我们不独了，也不统，保持现状。其实你不独的话呢，你就一定会被统。因为什么意思呢？因为不独代表你没有主权呢、没有主权的话，台湾这块土地就不是你的，变成了你是侵占别人的土地啊，那么你就必须被统一啊。所以台湾人很多不了解这个啊，还在讲不独不统。事实上呢，台湾一定要大声的跟国际社会讲，我们是独立的国家啊，我们是有主权的国家啊。这样子才能够避免呢被统，同时呢才能够请国际来帮忙我们。假如我们自己说不独啊，对，等于说承认台湾是中国的领土，那别人怎么能够帮你呢？那就变成说你在侵犯中国的内政嘛，是不是？所以说很多的观念呢，我们是需要那个加以澄清的啊。那么另外呢，就是说过去啊，台独是被共产党跟国民党污名化的，可是事实上，我们今天看世界这个历史啊，我们知道在1945年，全世界独立的国家只有60个，现在全世界主权独立的国家已经有195个，这代表什么呢？就是代表说，大家纷纷走向独立啊，它是一种文明的潮流啊，所以它是一种进步的象征啊。因为过去呢，这个大家挤在一起啊，事实上这个政府很大，而且官僚贪污腐败各种问题啊，根本让他没有办法提供服务给百姓，所以大家要纷纷独立啊。那么独立其实是一种幸运，也是一种成就啊。你看我们这个世界上，英国过去是日不落国啊，日不落国曾经你看拥有美国、加拿大、纽西兰、澳洲，可是现在这些都独立了。那现在有没有人说，英国如果有人说我要把美国再统一起来，美国人说你神经病是吧？如果这个英国人要用武力来统一美国，美国一定说那你是恐怖分子。可是现在呢，中国对台湾所做的要求啊， 就是这样子荒唐啊。那么我们知道这个台湾呢，这个从来没有被中共统治过啊，而且呢，从1949年那个中国分裂成2个
稍
国家。
等一下，
不知道为什么啊。
可以让我试试看，请你换一种问法。
喂，我这边有点问题，
没有关系，您继续。
可以听到吗？
可以，
画面都可以看了哈。好，那我不管它。那所以这个19两岸呢，从1949年分裂成2个国家啊。那么台湾当然是中华民国，那么海峡对岸呢是中华人民共和国。那么这分裂成2个国家呢，是中共像毛泽东这些人呢，他不遵守中华民国宪法，他本来是中华民国国民，他不遵守中华民国宪法，发动武装叛变，所以分裂了这个中国。那么这种分裂中国的责任呢，现在中共呢，居然把它通通归咎给台湾啊，这是这个颠倒黑白啊。那么可是分裂了之后呢，从1949年到现在，两岸分裂已经73年了啊。事实上，这就世界文明的潮流来讲呢，完全没有必要说去统一啊。因为在两岸现在目前的发展上，我们可以看到，台湾是走向了文明的社会啊。所以文明的社会就是我们有民主、自由、法治、人权啊。可是我们看中国呢，还停留到几千年以前那种专制的社会啊。这种专制的社会呢，基本上政府啊，它是高高在上的。政府就是像以前博洋先生呢，这个批评蒋介石啊，说他是三座牌。什么叫三座牌呢？就是说我做之君，做之亲，做之师，就是说我是你的皇上，我可以对你有生杀大权。我也是你的老师，我对你是有教育的责任。同时我是你的长辈，我做什么事都是为了你好。所以这个三座牌呢，他把这个权力、知识、道德都站到了高点，把老百姓看成子民啊，就是你是不是一个独立的公民，甚至你不是一个成年人，你的行为能力需要受到它的限制啊。所以过去这种威权统治的时代呢，在中国依然存在啊。那么在这种威权统治的时代呢，对于这个人权、人性啊各种扭曲啊，实际上是其中罪恶是非常大的啊。就比方说这个大陆过去有一个这个作家叫鲁迅啊，本名叫周树人，大家都知道。他曾经讲过，他说中国历史上啊，每一页打开都是仁义道德，可是你看他字里行间呢，都有2个字，就吃人啊。所以这种集权的社会啊，这种三座牌的社会，我们老百姓最好做顺民，一不小心就变成贱民啊。所以今天的台湾呢，我们进到了一个真正的民国，我们变成公民啊。在台湾，我们是法律之前人人平等，我们站着可以顶天立地，坐着可以平起平坐啊。这个公民的身份、公民的意识，在台湾的社会还没有完全认识，还没有完全建立起来，所以我们必须呢，在这方面加以努力啊。所以我这次回到放弃新加坡国籍，回到台湾，那我拿出1亿美金来，主要不是买武器，而是希望呢能够加强大家的认知啊。认知我们现在已经进到了公民的社会，认知我们现在进到了民国，认知我们现在站在文明的前端，我们未来会有光明的前途啊。我们不能够再被黑暗的专制的社会统一回去啊。所以这方面 那么当然这个回来的稍微晚了一点，所以这个努力了2个月呢，这次民进党选举啊还是大败啊。不过还好，就是说我们2024年总统选举啊，还有1年多的时间呢，可以来努力啊。希望大家就是说台湾呢，还有我们关心台湾的海外的台湾人，大家一起啊来维护这个难得的一个文明的台湾的一个民国，一个公民社会啊，要让全世界知道我们是文明的一部分，我们是自由民主阵营的一部分，我们是不可或缺的一部分啊。假如台湾被中共统一啊，大家想想看，中共为什么一直要统一台湾？台湾地这么小，人也不多，有那么重要吗？对他们来讲说，台湾必定要拿下来，因为它的战略地位重要。这什么意思呢？因为它要跟美国争霸，它要争霸太平洋，所以必须要先取得台湾。所以大家可以想象到，中共取得台湾之后，它会停止在那边吗？当然不会啊，它会继续的往太平洋去扩张它的势力，向北威胁日本、韩国，向南威胁菲律宾、印尼，甚至到澳大利亚。所以中国的这个野心啊，中国基本上它就是要争夺世界的霸权啊，要把这些所谓的民族主义、中国民族主义散播到全世界。所以这是我们必须全世界加以关注、加以阻挡。那么台湾正好这是一个第一块这个坚硬的这个阻挡，所以希望大家呢要来帮助台湾啊。台湾挡不住，太平洋失守，日本、韩国、菲律宾、澳洲可能都要屈服，这是很可怕的啊。那么共产党大家也知道，他们是希望这个一党专政、千秋万世，这是一个很可怕的一个邪恶的思想啊。所以今天呢，就是说在认知上，我们需要这个台湾团结，海内外要团结啊，为维护我们得来不易的这个文明的成果，一个独立的这个成就啊，不要被拿走啊。这是我今天简短的向大家表示这个我的这个想法跟我的做法啊，谢谢大家。
谢谢曹先生啊。我们这里当然有一些美国朋友，他们可能没办法听得懂你讲的，但是我想，非常谢谢您。我们现在是不是 open the floor for Q&A？我们有人想要问曹先生的话，这是一个时间，我们可不可以 open for 3 questions？有人要问，OK，Hold on。
曹先生你好，我是来自康州的 Rita，我想请问一下，就是这次的选举，其实发现到媒体操作占了很大的因素。曹董有考虑要购买台湾的媒体，增加媒体的多样性吗？
这台湾媒体现在是太多了，制造的麻烦啊，也好像公害一样啊。所以所以如果是我在做的话，我是希望能够自己啊，以这个 podcast 的形式啊，那么请一些朋友啊，一起来宣扬这个比较正确的理念啊。那大概我们就是用自媒体的方式啊，因为你管一个媒体，基本上这个要忙很多这种管理的问题，杂七杂八啊，可能效果不见得那么好。所以回答你的问题不会，我不会买媒体。
好，谢谢。Any more question？ 哦
啊，曹先生，我姓高哈，我是高龙荣，我以前也是FAPA的会长。我想请问你一个问题，就是说你现在想要在台湾训练这个民兵作战，但是台湾武器管那么严啊，那你要怎么样去能够拿到比较适当现代的武器来这个 让这个民兵有这个真的武器能够作战？
不，这是个误会，我并不要训练民兵了啊。基本上，因为我这个回来做认知作战嘛，我觉得像，有个黑熊学院呢，这是这个，这个已经创立了啊。他是有一些也是美国回来的学人呐、这个沈博阳啊，这个呃呃吴成辉啊等等，何成辉，对不起，何成辉，他们自己做，也用志工啊，用自己钱投进来来做。那么他这个黑熊学院呢，他希望能够加强民防啊，也就是说，一般的老百姓在面临战争的时候，他们怎么样互相帮忙啊？互相能够支援啊，能够减低伤害啊，同时避免慌乱啊，能够跟军警密切合作啊，比方说如何判断这个假讯息啊，如何不被谣言这个所骗啊。那么有些受伤的人，我们怎么样给他急救等等等等。所以这是一个民防，并不是民兵啊。那么当然，我们也希望说这个能够，我是想说，台湾现在家庭有900万，那么每3个家庭呢，起码有1个人懂得啊，说战争发生的时候啊，怎么样来应变。那么这样来讲，就必须要有300万个人受过训练啊。那么当然，这300万人受过训练里面，我们也希望说，是不是有个10%啊，30万人呢，也接受一些实战的这个射击训练啊。这训练并不代表说我们要打巷战，而是说透过这种实战的训练呢，可以培养大家这个勇气啊。就是因为我自己本身在美国、加拿大经常去打靶，那么有时候带一些女孩子去打靶，开始她们很害怕啊，因为那个声音啊、火光啊、后坐力啊什么等等都很吓人的。可是经过几次打靶之后，他们都不怕了啊。所以也希望说，台湾要能够对抗中共，第一个大家不要怕啊，那么团结、镇定啊，有秩序的这个互助合作，我们希望是训练出这样的一个能力啊，并不是要做民兵。
Last question. I saw.
曹先生听得清楚吗？
听得清楚，非常清楚。
你好，我是欧阳吉林，我也是FAPA Local Chapter 的会长。我一个问题想请教你这个礼拜台积电在Arizona Phoenix 移机，然后这个礼拜美国国会同意这个NDAA 这个5年要军演这个台湾10个 billion 的美元。那台湾的这个统媒，如果你称它说匪媒，他们大肆的这个宣扬说这是掏空台湾，然后台湾让美国予取予求我想请问你对这个台积电在美国设厂你的看法？谢谢。
我觉得这是个很好的发展啊，因为一般人就说我们像台积电、台湾整个半导体啊，可以做一个所谓 silicon seal 的好像这个细盾。那这种看法呢，其实也不完全的正确了哈。那么因为你如果是这个地位太重要了，当然你可能说别人来保护你，可另一方面你可能被中共拿来当勒索别人的筹码，是吧？就让我们知道说这个你要那个去你要有爱的人了，那么你就容易被勒索嘛，是吧？所以这个现在如果说全世界这个晶圆制造都放在台积电一个篮子里啊，这个对 世界的安全呢也是不好的啊，因为我们知道台电所做的这些高端的晶片呢，用在很多应用都像这个 AI 像这个卫星啊，这个通信啊这方面，像这些东西都是在这个乌克兰战争呢，能够让乌克兰打败俄国的重要的能力啊。那么如果说我们这个台电在台湾受到中共就近的侵袭啊，它是伤害了整个自由世界高科技未来继续往前发展的一个能力啊。这个对全世界的这个安全呢是不好的啊。所以适度的分散是一个很正确的啊。那么会不会掏空呢？当然是不会，因为在美国呢，在日本呢，那么在其他地方，欧洲啦，其实制造晶圆的成本一定比台湾高很多啊。那么所以说，即使美国有补助，基本上这还是台积电必须要在财务上的一个负担啊。所以不是掏空，而是一个应该是说增加整个世界安全的一个必要的举措。因为我们如果跟中共对抗的话，我们需要这个自由世界来帮我们啊。那当然我们也不希望自由世界在高科技或者尖端技术的发展呢受到伤害，是吧？所以这是我是这样的看法。
Okay, let's entertain the final question. Okay, for this young man.
曹先生你好，我姓简，然后我是23岁的台美人，现在在 UCSC 念全球战略与政策关系学院的研究生。那我想要先跟您感谢说，您那时候捐了30亿台币，真的是对我这一代年轻人是有一个很大的鼓励。像我姐姐现在在台湾就已经报名了黑熊学院的课程了。那我想要问您的是说，我最近也开始找朋友去打靶了。Yeah, so thank you. Really good exercise and social events. 我想要问说，像我这样子的台美人，那当我回到台湾的时候，我也会想参加这种黑熊学院的课程。那我能够在美国做什么？尤其是身为一个23岁的政治研究生，那我目前有做到了，比如是说我有观察到说，在西方的媒体，他们都还是会用 reunification 或 unification instead of saying annexation。一个是统一，一个是侵略跟侵占。那我会在我的课程里面跟大家解释这个的差别。那我还能够在美国做什么其他的帮助吗？谢谢。
对，当然这个中共讲一些都是很不 make sense 的话啊，比方说中国说台湾自古就是中国的领土，这胡说八道啊！这台湾原住民有4000年住在那里4000年了，闽南人住了350年了，你中华人民共和国才73年，什么时候台湾自古变你的领土呢？这个我们要跟大家去在美国这方面解释，台湾从来没有被中共管辖过任何一天，从来不是中华人民共和国的领土啊。所以这个是应该跟国际上大大的发生。同时呢，台湾这个政府呢，可以说从1912年到现在，我们独立有110多年了啊。所以我们可以说从创始以来到现在，中华民国它是个独立的国家啊。那么当然中华民国它会成长，它会变化啊。到1996年呢，中华民国有个党国变成真正的民国啊，它从来就是独立的，从来就不属于中国共产党啊。所以这一点我们是希望在海外大肆的宣传那么不要让大家认为说这个台湾是应该要被中国统一的啊。而且我们可以从英国的例子，从世界潮流的例子说明说统一是反文明的一个暴行啊。因为这个一个国家跟另外一个国家两个分别发展73年以后，你硬要用武力来统一，这是绝对是反人类、反文明的啊！我们要让这个全世界了解 啊。那另外我们必须要让全世界了解，就是中共是非常可怕的一个政权啊。他们这个中国共产党啊，他这个过去呢，他是从苏联那边10月革命啊，学到很多不好的东西啊。因为中国共产党在1927年成立的时候啊，他自称是中华苏维埃共产党啊他是把自己跟苏维埃是连在一起的啊。所以你如果这样看，就是说，如果是我们讲殖民者是外来的政权呢，那么中共他的思维是马克思恩格斯哦，他当时受的是斯大林共产党俄共的指挥，所以他来到中国来把把这些很邪恶的制度思想强制的压在中国人头上，所以他是基本上他是个殖民者他并不是所谓的这个中华民族啦什么的他是个殖民者他的殖民者他是很邪恶的像这个苏联在这个俄国革命的时候就讲说为了要达成目的，我们可以不择手段，所以我们可以用尽一切暴力、谎言，可以绝对不要守承诺所以这是苏共的一个恶质那么现在后来呢，这个中共从苏联那边学到了，毛泽东又把它加了几个更恶劣的东西，就是用谎言制造仇恨，然后挑拨来制造斗争然后用所以联合次要敌人来打击主要敌人，就不停的斗争。所以中共从1949年建政到1976年文革结束，曾经造成8000万到1亿人中国人的非自然的死亡这是个非常的可怕的一个政权。那么改革开放，所谓的改革开放以后，在西方的帮助之下，在美国的这个牵引之下，它造成了经济的成长。可是我们从习近平上台之后，我们看到他的本质没有改变他还是相信这个暴力，相信谎言相信这个
处理中，
相信中共可以超越美国，变成
还在处理
世界的霸权这点我们应该跟全世界了解所以有很多书讲中共过去种种残暴的这个事实其实大家
很
都可以。
抱歉，连线时发生一些问题，请稍后再试。
我这边说连线有问题，不知道您那边听得见吗？喂，
我们可以听到。
可以听到哈，好，对，所以
请继续。
对，所以有一些这个中共它这个关于中共本质残暴的本质，很多的这个事实实际上这种海外很多的书籍比方有荷兰人这个写的这个三部曲嘛就是这个叫做统一的悲剧、文化大革命还有这个就很多这种书籍的中国人写的、老外写的，其实这个东西可以让大家比较多流传让了解中共的本质中共是想称霸世界的是一个恐龙一样一个中世纪帝国的活化石所以这方面我们应该要各位在海外应该要多多让美国人了解是这样子。
好，我们谢谢曹先生，我们谢谢曹先生我们感谢您我们很谢谢您的抽空跟我们的这么好的一个讲解谢谢您。那我们就这样子，我们的今天的keynote speech 是we are going to stop here and move on to the next. Okay.
好的
Thank you.
谢谢大
Thank
家
you.
开会成功
谢谢。
谢谢再见再见再
谢谢
见
您。
拜拜拜拜。
Thanks. 谢谢。Okay. Yes. Then next move on to
All right. Everybody okay? Naji still here, right? Naji, can we see the online group? Okay. I don't think we need to see the big group ourselves. Just put on the online participants. Yeah, thank you. All right, so everybody's still awake. Do you want to do one more time? We're FAPA, or is good enough? Oh, good enough. Okay. So what we're going to do now is the highlight of every FAPA meeting, of course, and that is the award ceremony. Everybody excited? Yes. Yay. We are FAPA. Yeah. And I want to ask my friend Akim here to show you, this is Akim, a big hand for Akim there, who was the electronics. And I have good news, and that if you make a donation to FAPA today, oh, they're here now? Oh, okay. I thought Hakim can show them. Okay. If you make a donation, then we have gifts for you. If you make a big donation, no, hang on. If you make a big donation, you get a pen. Can you show the pen, Cosette? If you make even bigger donation, you can get, if you wear glasses, one of these glass cleaner sets. Yeah, but only if you wear glasses. So not for you, Wani. And if you make a really big donation, you get a tote bag with FAPA's name on it. So, and to do it a little bit anonymously, I think we should put the box in the back so people don't feel pressured and/or embarrassed. Okay, first award. We're first going to give this very special award that we have. Then we're going to give the certificates to, FAPA 100, FAPA 200. We ask you to come here in the front and take a photo. Well, Minze, FAPA president, we'll give it to you. And then we do the plaques for the best chapters, all the way building up to the climax of chapter of the year. So that's the program over the next 20 minutes. So the first plaque is a new award we came up this year because we have so many awards: best chapter, membership, fundraising, FAPA legend. But this one, we call it the Extra Mile Advocacy Award. People who go the extra mile, who call us all the time, and who ask for our help, who go to Capitol Hill, who lobby. And there are two recipients today. It's a team for the FAPA Extra Mile Advocacy Award. And one of them is this handsome guy here, Naji Woods. Naji?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Acknowledge.
I don't know what to say.
Okay, no need to talk. Don't say anything.
Yes, sir.
But Naji, what I would like you to do, and his team company person is Janice. Where's Janice? Janice, come here, yes. To accept the award. They're a team. But what strikes me always with Naji is that he has a tattoo on his arm, 2 arms full of tattoos about Lee Teng-Hui and about Taiwan. Show them. Here we go.
Yep. 36 tattoos of Taiwan.
And I think that's already worth an award.
Oh, no.
All right. And who was going to do that? Yeah. Naji, congratulations. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you. All right, now we're going to do the certificates, and Cosette is going to do that, and then after that, I will do the plaques.
Okay.
I'll take some photos.
All right. So the next one is going to be Najee Woods, you have just reached a FAPA 100 this year. So, so we're gonna like air present to Najee. Okay. So this year, actually, we do have a lot of FAPA 100 achievement. So the first one is Najee, congratulations. And for those who was unable to make here, we will mail a plaque and or a certificate to your house. And the next one is from Michigan. It's called Guotong Sun Guodong. I know he's not here, but if you wouldn't mind, someone from Michigan can. So, thank you. So you know Sun Guodong, right? Yep. Okay. Just one. Okay. Yeah, we definitely want to take pictures. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Congratulations. Yeah, okay. Next one is Zhong Jiajun from Massachusetts chapter. Thank you. So here I'd like to point out that Jiajun, she has actually set up from her bank account to mail $100 checks monthly at the same date. So that is very convenient. So without any hassle. That's very Thank you. Okay, then from San Diego, Cindy Kasei, Lai Zhengqiu. I don't know if she's here, but maybe someone from San Diego. Yay! So actually, you will see that San Diego chapter has a lot of people reach FAPA 100. Thank you. Okay, next, I think she's here. It's Corinne Ong, Wang Canjin. Yeah, I know you're here. Congratulations. Thank you. All right, and then next one is also from San Diego. Is Jack Xiao Jieyou. I don't know if he's here, but someone else. Okay, that's all for our FAPA 100 and 200. Okay, so, this one, okay. So we are come at this FAPA sponsor who makes accumulation of 10,000 donation from 2009. So here this one is Albert Chan. I don't know, he's not here, but someone from his chapter can come. Oregon chapter.
Oregon chapter.
Cherry. Or so. Yeah, he's the one I mentioned that very touched by our NAC effort. Congratulations. I asked him to keep on the good work. And then it's gonna be Chen Qingliang Mei Fen from Houston, Texas South chapter. I know he's probably not here. Anyone from Texas? Yeah. The current chapter president can help present that place. Okay. Okay. OK， 那接下来是黄邦雄、杨芳莲 ，also from San Diego chapter. San Diego. Yeah. Wow. Keep up the good work. Keep up the good donation. And I think next one is also here. It's John Xie, 谢庆枪, Sun Jiahui from Texas North, Dallas. Patron, Papa Patron. It's donated up to 20,000. Yay! Thank you. Okay. Thank you, John. John. So actually, the next one is gonna be Cai Jingcan, Liu Lixin, also from your chapter. It's also a patron. So thank you, Dallas chapter. Sorry. 接下来是谁？没有了吗？ Okay. So actually, we do have some more, but they are not here. So I will make an announcement. The first one is the Guardian. It's SKB Foundation. I think everyone saw them every time. And also Josephine Yang. She's also maybe the third time or fourth time Guardian. We'll mail that to you. And for Illinois chapter, Zhou Maoying, Cai Sufen, they also reached sponsor in 2020, and now they reached to Guardian 2022. Thank you for that. 50,000. 50,000. We need to add more above Guardian, like the Guardians of Guardians or something. Yes. We needed to. Yeah, maybe that will require bylaw amendment, I guess, because does that require bylaw amendment? Yes. Oh, okay. All right, so that's pretty much for the individual award. I will give the floor to Kung.
Okay, thank you, Cosette, thank you. Ooh. You take this away. Next, we're going to do the plaques, okay? Are you excited? Yes? Yes. How many awards did Alex? How many did you get? How many? No, how many did you get now, just right now? Okay, come here, one more. So we have the so-called Chapter Operations Achievement Award. And that's for a chapter that supports and communicates with HQ, including event planning, membership, database, updates, sharing, financial records, helps us know more about how to approach the community and plan ahead. Very responsive, Alex, to events and financial reports, have informative mutual communications, blah, blah, blah. And now we are going, as I said, talk about membership, fundraising, congressional achievement, and then the best chapter, the best FAPA chapter of 2022. Membership growth achievement is HQ has constantly received membership donation updates, donations collected from chapter, membership, et cetera, and the winner is California, Los Angeles, Ken Wu, the flagman. Mr. WTC flag. Next chapter, and I'm going to announce the chapter first, and when he or she walks here, I'll explain why they want it, okay? Next one is California, Orange County. That's Josephine, right? And Nick. And chapter works very hard to maintain the large membership database to above 200. And Josephine, and remain the top 3 of membership headcount past few years.
Thank you. Actually, right now the president is Harrison.
Don't be pansy. The next chapter has more than the winner of membership growth achievement. Next chapter has more than 200 members, season increase in reactivated members this year. The headcount has grown back to almost pre-pandemic time. So that is really very special. And chapter is Texas South. Yeah. Oregon. Yeah. Oregon. Fundraising achievement, 3 plaques, starting at the third one, then second one, then first one. Fundraising award goes, we have 2, right? Yeah, we have 2. First one goes to Oregon. Oh. And one of the reasons is that after the National Advocacy Conference on September 19, someone in the chapter made a huge donation, and then everybody followed doing that. So we were very thankful for that. And this shared award is together with Illinois. Illinois, come to the front. After the last board meeting, Illinois increased their donations from 4,000 to 30,000 due to several donations coming in. And this year up to now has seen an increase more so than in 2020. So we're very impressed. That's it? You can go? Yeah, Clark once more. Okay. Next one is MUHA, New York Metropolitan. Increased from 5,000 to 12,000 and has managed to also go back to the pre-pandemic amount. As a small to medium-sized chapter, the increase is laudable and hope they keep up the good work, says Cosette. So that's the second prize in fundraising. And the first prize in fundraising is, and I hope they're here, I'm not sure if they're here, California North. Oh yeah, Renee. Donation from the chapter has increased and also has the highest amount again this year. They also maintain steady membership headcount of hundreds. Next category is congressional advocacy achievements. And that's always very personal to me, of course, and I'm impressed. I always say when people ask me, say, why do you work for FAPA? I always say I want to reunify Holland and Taiwan. But sometimes I just say, because one person can really make a big difference for Taiwan. And I can do that, and anybody here can do that. And so I'm glad to see my friend winning the 3rd place, and that is Oh Young for New York Hudson. He really is it's a one-man machine, one-man motor. of activity, reaching out, going places, arranging things. So really, congratulations, So Young. You remember that if you were in Washington D.C. at 17 in September 18, where we did the FAPA 40th anniversary, we gave FAPA Legend Awards out. Do you remember that? To whom? To who got the FAPA Legend Award? Oh, me, yeah. But the other person is. So it's always, John, come here. So the second award for congressional advocacy achievement goes to John, who year after year after year, despite his young age, always never falters. I brag to my friends about John. So, yeah. Banquet. Here, John. John.
In December, not late January, we have a virtual, conference with a local, congressman. And you know what happened on that local virtual conference? Koon joined with us from Holland, and he is visiting his mother in a hospital. So you could see how Koon, put his effort for FAPA. Thank you, Koon.
Thank you, John. Mutual admiration society here. But thank you, John. I always choke up of your, support. So really fantastic. And so John and Ouyang are inspiring individuals. But there's the chapter that won the best award is really a team which works very closely. I think there are 8 people. Normally, if I get an email from John, it's one-on-one. I get it from Ouyang one-on-one. But if I get it from that chapter, it's like 8 or 9 people, and they all chime in. And so the chapter is. Who said that? Massachusetts. And I hope that next year we will see more different people coming here to the front, because the next person has been here already here at the podium. And this is the excellent chapters, excellent chapter, outstanding chapter, and then the third chapter of the year. Did we already give you your last one? Yeah, right? We did, yeah. Okay. So, excellent chapter. Congressional meetings, fundraising, keep the membership, and just again, it's 1 or 2 people who do that, and that the person who wins it has been for a long time with FAPA. Has been kind of just like me. He has been FAPA president for life, like I'm staffer for life, and he, really is an inspiration to all of us, and that is John Shea, Texas North. Come back, John. So as I said, next year, please, diversify a little bit. I think I think Minji also lives in San Diego, so he just comes whenever San Diego or Texas is mentioned, he comes to the front.
You know, the award I received earlier, before this one, that's for our local chapter president, Cindy Liu. She didn't come. So I got that, on behalf of our local chapter president.
You're a legend, John. Papa legend. Okay, two more. The outstanding chapter, so that's number 2 for in the best chapter category, and then we have the best chapter, the third one. And so the next one, yeah, it's a little bit repetitive, and so it's really a great chapter. There's active, keep producing things. We saw her talk today a couple of times, and it's really an outstanding chapter. And that chapter is, any guess? Massachusetts. Second best chapter. So hopefully next year, best chapter. And this, these awards is really based on a very scientific process. We look at the membership that came in, the donations, and we rate these numbers, and we let the computer do the calculating. And then the last one, so there's nothing to do with preferences or legends or nothing, no. This is all scientific. Sometimes people think, no, we give the chapters that never get anything, something, but that's not the case. It's all very scientific. No, it's true. Yeah. So best chapter of the year. Any guesses? Who feels he or she should deserve the best chapter of the year? Raise your hand if you think you deserve it. Alex, you think you deserve it? Nobody? Nobody knows? Okay, best chapter of the year, drum roll. Texas South. Everything good on every front: membership, money, donations, pre-pandemic, hosting events, vitalizing the local engagement. Congratulations. Yeah. How many you have? 3? 4? Oh, 3? All right, right. All right, I think that's about it. And is there anything else on the program? Don't forget to make the big and the bigger and the biggest donations there in the back. And that's it, right? Okay, so I want to invite Means. I want to thank you all for being here. Tomorrow, another program. Let me ask Means to close the session.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Kun. We all have a good time. Do you? I think we also enjoy this part of the program because we see so many chapters. They put in so much effort to make it into the list. I think it's very important that we want every chapter to work your best. Okay, I think we still have a lot of way to help and grow with FAPA. And I think I want to encourage you, everyone, every chapter. Different. You see there are good role model there, right? Like Zhang Xie. Yeah, I think we all learned that. Massachusetts, they have so outstanding advocacy, and then where Texas South is an outstanding chapter altogether. So the best chapter of the year. We are encouraged by that, and we also want to encourage everyone and work closely with headquarters. Headquarters is a resource to all the chapters, and we really want to increase and improve our communication from headquarters with chapter with headquarters. And we actually hold quite a lot of this town hall meeting, everything like that, try to improve that. And I hope more and more of you really participate that, engage with headquarters. I hope you enjoyed tonight's program. I want to thank our staff one more time. And I want to thank all of you that participate in this program. For our board meeting, we actually have another tomorrow morning to finish that. Our board worked very, very hard today. Really very productive session today for the entire day. And I think I want to thank every board member here in this room for their effort. I think FAPA have all the best from our community. They contribute so much to the organization to help Taiwan. And I think I just want to be grateful and thank every one of you putting your effort in our mission. I want to end this today with gratitude and wish you a very good night and enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you.
那个 San Diego Chapter Member， 我们等一下来照张合照 ，OK？San Diego，yeah。